it's not raining a little bit, but I don't know if I'll have time to actually do the flying. Although there's some interesting news I actually didn't even get a chance to fully read yet. Something about in the UK, people need to do tests to fly drones now. I guess I'll read a bit about that later. Oh, sounds like there's a lot of birds in there. But one of the quick stories I was able to read is something about the Bitcoin. It says it's over 9,000. That's basically a joke for the Dragon Ball Z for those that have watched it. But still, $9,000 for one Bitcoin. I'm still a little confused as to how exactly this thing values itself. Should people get into those cryptocurrency stuff? That's kind of crazy, 9,000. I wonder if this will get people to actually start quote mining Bitcoins all of a sudden, just start buying graphics card computers just like that, just based on news like this. Although I guess the thing too is, even though you have the quote Bitcoin, you need to find places to spend it too, correct? I would imagine that's the quote obstacle if there was one. I'm thinking maybe I should get some quick flight in before I finish doing the talk. I can see actually a really good red kind of sky over there. Let's see if I can catch it, find a quick area. Okay, I just finished before all the lights died out. I mean, just for fun, you guys can kind of see how it's like if you don't care about the quality or the cinematic picture in terms of the smoothness. If you bump everything up, it just looks way too blurry, so you can't do that. But it just shows you why sometimes you need a camera with a better performance in the low light situation. For example, I would assume, for example, the things like an Inspire or a Phantom's a lot better. But that's a trade-off with this anyways. Portability for the higher quality. I'd rather have the portability in this case just because you tend to want to actually use it and bring it to places. Yeah, so with this drone story, it says UK drone users to sit safety tests under new law. Drone users in the UK will be required to do safety awareness tests as part of the planned new legislations on their usage. It also says here the police will be given more authorities, I guess for people to fly near airports and all that. It says here police will also be given new powers to crack down on illegal use of unmanned aerial vehicles. The bill has been welcomed by the pilots union, who has warned of near misses involving drones and aircrafts. And they said there was 81 incidents so far this year, up from 71 in 2016, 29 in 2015. Now, according to this, it says the proposed bill to be published in spring 2018 would ensure that owners of drones weighing more than 250 grams would need to register and sit a test. Owners would be banned from flying from near airports or heights above 400 feet. And as well, again with the police, it says they could also get new powers to ground and seize drones if they suspect they had been used in criminal activity. That it makes me kind of wonder, what do you define as criminal activity? Because even here, since the thing is so broad, does a person, for example, let's just say fly 29 meters within a person, is that considered a crime now because you're quote breaking the law, or is it more about the safety? And with the weight of this drone, everything is always under 250 grams to make it so that you can fly it pretty much without any regulation, huh? Again, it makes me wonder what it is with that magic number 250 all the time. Now, apparently DJI made a comment about this, saying it may be difficult to police if you make regulations, I guess, too overboard. I think they used here as an example for the height restrictions. At the same time, there's comments saying the good thing is that as an industry, we are already working on it. We can limit how high they can fly. So they're saying, in this case, any regulation is better than no regulation kind of mindset, if I'm understanding it correctly. I thought this was kind of an interesting quote. It said, Strew pointed out that currently there is no hard limit on how close drones can fly to airports. The current wording is that you should stay well clear, he said. And at the same time says he welcomed the proposals to limit bad use of drones, adding that it was important that people are aware that there is a regulation that they need to know. Generally speaking, I think it's good to make regulations that go against the quote bad drone flyers, but at the same time, how do you do that without, again, kind of like what this says, without affecting the people that fly it responsibly? Because you could argue too, for some people say, yeah, just make it ridiculous and the police or whatever, they're not going to go after someone who's clearly safe. But just with even some examples I've had, some people, it just comes down to their personal interpretation or their mood. If they want to say, hey, this guy was dangerous, they can do it. And some people, they just won't argue. So that would be my worry. What do you guys think of this? You think that's good to have like a safety test? You think the height restriction is okay? Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's going to constantly evolve, and I'm wondering how it affects everyone else in other countries. All right, here's some of the footage that I took. Actually, one funny thought for the end of the day, I was actually asked if I wanted to go to Hong Kong for a bit, just to learn a bit of the martial arts and stuff, just to see the lineage, I guess, of the people that I train with. I was just kind of wondering, well, I don't really have the resources to go there to, I guess, continue the stuff that I do overall. So I maybe wonder if I should do it or if I shouldn't, or if I should just invest in everything like that. But that seems really expensive to do that. Something to think about though. But they said I could go in January as well if I could. Anyways, see you guys later.